So I carry a lot of different things in my pockets. All of these EDC items, a knife, a flashlight, a multi-tool, tourniquet maybe, you know, it just kind of depends on what I've got going on that day. But the thing that always stays in my EDC is this necklace, and it's pretty useful. I like it because it's a little bit weird, a little unique, you know, that kind of fits my personality and my style. I enjoy that. It's not something that everybody is going to be carrying. And on top of that, it's got a lot of practical uses, which I really like. I like carrying things that have multiple uses. I like things that are a little bit unique, set me apart from everybody else, things that I can use in an emergency situation. I've been in a lot of emergencies, and I like having things that might make my life easier in an emergency. And I feel like this necklace is a good way to do that. So the first item that I'm going to talk about is this flashlight. This is just a tiny little flashlight from MecArmy. It's really cool. Let me show you. It's got a couple of different modes. That's the bright mode, and then that's the low mode. I use this thing all the time. Anytime that I'm going to go check on my kids at night, I've got this around my neck. I wake up, I don't have to go and try to hunt around for a flashlight. It's already on my neck and I know where it's at. I always keep it charged. This is a rechargeable one. I use this flashlight so much that if it wasn't rechargeable, I would constantly be swapping out the batteries. So I really like that this is rechargeable. It's got the standard USB charging port for it, and it charges pretty quick, usually within an hour or two. And I find myself recharging it maybe once a month, if that. The battery life seems to be pretty great. This is actually number 2. The one that I had before was the Generation 1 model, and the way that you get to the charging port is you unscrew the cap. And the old models, the cap just fell off. You could unscrew it and like hold it in your hand. But the newer models, they just unscrew and then they just stop and they just hang right there. Now it's not exceptionally bright, right? This is a really tiny keychain flashlight, so it's not going to get your surefire lumens. This is not 1,000 lumens. I don't even know how many lumens this is. If I had to guess, I'd probably say like somewhere in the realm of like maybe 40 lumens or something. But I find that it works pretty great for anything that I need to do. If I'm going outside and hunting around, maybe shutting off the sprinklers or doing anything like that, I hear a bump in the night, it's plenty of light for me to kind of see what's going on. I find that it fits all of the uses that I need it for. If I need a more substantial flashlight, I'm probably just going to carry a more substantial flashlight. This one is just one that's always on me, no matter where I am or where I go. So this other item that I've got on my necklace is a SOG Micro Tanto knife. It's just a very tiny little keychain knife. It's got a lanyard hole, which is how I thread it onto the necklace. And I've actually used it on a fairly regular basis. Now I'm always carrying another knife and a multi-tool usually. So I've got plenty of knife options throughout the day, but there have been a couple of occasions where I have forgotten to grab the knife on the way out, or I just don't have it on me. One point I was at school and one of my classmates said, "Hey, you got a knife on you?" Because I look like a kind of guy that probably carries a knife. And I said, "Yeah," but it was this, you know, this hog sticker that I got, you know, tucked away where no one can see it. And I didn't want to pull that out in this very liberal school, you know, say, "Here you go, open your box." So I took off the necklace, opened the knife, and gave that to her. The other thing is that because it is so small, it's hard to get a good grip on it. The blade is really tiny anyway, but also, you know, the handle is tiny and it's hard to get a good grip to be able to use it for good cutting ways. So what I like to do is use the entire necklace as part of the handle. It's kind of like a lanyard for the knife. Let me just show you here real quick. I'll take this off. And then I just hold it like this, open it up, and now I can grip the rest of my hand around this, and it gives me a little bit more purchase in order to use it to shave or whatever I need to do. Now I keep this knife nice and razor sharp. It has a really good closing mechanism. This has never opened on me while I've been wearing it, ever. If it ever did, I would stop carrying it. I don't want this thing getting crammed into my chest when I try to roll over in the middle of the night. So having something with a nice closing mechanism that's not gonna just pop open. Now I don't know if they're still making these. I'm having a hard time kind of locating them online. I know that they are now making what's called the SOG Centi 1, and they also have the SOG Centi 2, which is a little bit bigger, but it's roughly the same size. It looks like it might be a little bit of a better option. So if you want to make one of these necklaces for yourself, that might be a good option for you, the SOG Centi 1. The other thing I've got going on here is just a dog tag. It doesn't really have a whole lot of practical uses. It will help to identify my body if I'm ever found lying face down in a ditch somewhere. It also has my blood type on it, so if I'm unconscious and I need blood products, they could look on that potentially and see what my blood type is. But besides that, it doesn't really have anything practical about it. I like to keep a Ranger band around it. I don't like it when it rattles and clinks together, especially when I'm sleeping at night. I roll over and I can hear it clink, 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 wakes me up a little bit. I don't like that, so I just keep a little Ranger band around it to cut down on that noise. And then I've also got a Ranger band whenever I need it. So the last major component of this necklace is the cord itself. And I just have a piece of 550 paracord that's on the inside, and that runs the entire core length of this whole necklace. And then wrapped around the outside in this nice little spiral pattern is a micro paracord. And I've wrapped so much of it around this entire necklace that I've got a decent amount of cordage. I have no idea how long it is exactly, but if I needed to set up a shelter and I'm out in a survival situation, I think I could unravel this and have at least a little bit of cordage on me to produce that shelter. So the other thing that I've got here is the closure, and it's just a little clasp that clicks into itself. I wanted something I could take on and off relatively easily, because part of what makes this so useful is that I could take it off my neck and use the knife or, you know, the flashlight or whatever I needed to. So I wanted to be able to take it off. I also wanted to be able to take it off if I take a shower. I've worn this in the shower accidentally quite a few times, and I've never had a problem with the MecArmy light, you know, taking in water and not working or anything, but I just like to take it off anyway, just to, you know, reduce the risk of that happening, because I like that little light and I don't want to buy another one. Now, I have thought about changing up that little clip for something maybe even a little more useful, but I haven't done it. And the reason why is because I want the smaller size. I've got a couple of these clips here that would work pretty well, and they've got a lot of other useful materials on them. This one, for instance, my little brother sent me this, and it's a little survival clasp. It's got a whistle here. And I'm not going to get super loud on it, but it works. It's pretty loud. It's a little bit of spit there. But what's really cool about it is this inside piece right here. It's a little ferro rod, and on the back is this little shaver so that you can use it. You just scrape it down that, and you can light yourself a fire. And then it's got this dorky little compass on it. I don't know if I would trust it, but I don't know, seems like it works. The other thing I thought about doing is this little clip, which has got a tiny little plastic handcuff key as that centerpiece. And so that could be an option. Maybe, you know, if you got your escape and evasion bubbas out there or something like that, that could be an option for you maybe. But both of these are a little bit too big. I didn't want this big old lumpy piece of plastic on the back of my neck. And so I just opted to go for one of the smaller ones. But that could be an option for you if this is something that you want to, if you want to make for yourself. That's all I got for you guys. Thanks for joining me and checking out my favorite EDC item. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Do you like it? Do you not? Would you wear one? Would you not? Why? Why not? Head over to mountmanmedical.com and check out our medical kits. Keep yourself safe. Keep your loved ones safe in these weird times. Things are weird out there, guys. Hope everyone's staying safe. I'll see you in the next one. Welcome back to the Mount Man Medical YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm talking about my favorite EDC item. You like? Oh. No? Huh. Let me tell you about why it's so great. Maybe it'll change your mind. Hang out. We're going to get into it next.